All right, folks, I am back, and we're testing new audio stuff today. We're trying new things. So you guys, let me know what you think of the audio in this video as compared to other videos. We'll see how it goes. But we've got TacPack, thanks to Kevin, who I thought I was getting together with this weekend to give him TacPack stuff. Turns out it's next weekend now. And we're going to be using the old, reliable, simple, but it's a more elegant weapon for a more civilized age. Sorry. We'll use the Higo for the unboxing today. Have a whole video of these on the channel, all about the history of these. Love this simple little traditional Japanese knife. So let's see what we've got in TacPack for June. Now, we'll remind everybody again that this is typically oh my God. I think we got it. I think we have the best sticker ever. There's no beating this sticker. This is it. This is the one. Yes. Okay. This is typically a shooter's kind of box. Very much centered around AR platforms and Glocks, but sometimes we get some other stuff. And it looks like I'm seeing here some other kind of stuff. So let me get it all unpacked, and then we'll take a look at all this stuff, what we have this month, June 2022, from TacPack. And this is the TacPack Plus, the big box. All right, so we've got, let's see, what do we have on the card here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 items in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The sticker, yes, is an item, but I love this sticker. This is the greatest sticker they've ever done. So put that there. We're gonna see what we've got as we go through everything. Some stuff I see that I like, I'm familiar with. Some stuff I see that I'm like, meh. Interesting choices. I have a feeling that overall a lot of people are gonna feel like this box is meh. But we'll take a look. To start off with, we've got this 20% off for Zippo fire starting stuff and hand warmers and everything. And Zippo does make some fantastic field gear. They really do. So, something you might want to look into. Here's a big old QR code. You can scan. It works scanning it from the screen, but cool. Let's start with, well, this is NSK, North Shore Customs. So, they're calling it a bottle opener. We all know what this is. Okay, so when I see stuff that is machined like this, the first thing I like to do is feel it. And even though you can see all of the machining marks in there, you can't feel anything. And that is a high quality produced item right there. It is baby's ass smooth. So of course they put a bottle opener on it, but we all know what this is for. We all know what it's supposed to be. Yeah. It's aluminum, it's very lightweight. But, you know, if you get caught with it, since they're illegal just about everywhere, it's a bottle opener, right? Right. I don't know. This would look great anodized because of the nice shiny finish on it. Listen, if it's something that you like to carry, it's something you like to carry, that's on you. That's all I'm going to say. There are states where knuckles are incredibly, like, very legal, like they treat them like, you know, walking around with a concealed weapon. There are states that are tolerant of them. I just, nah. I'm not even going to go into it. But the you know, looking at it from an objective kind of tool kind of view, the production on it is really, really nicely done. It's a very finely machined piece here, and because it's aluminum, it's very lightweight. So there's that. But of course, they say on the card, be sure to check your local laws, because now, Kevin living in New Jersey, I'm sure they classify this somehow as an assault weapon some way because it's New Jersey. I don't know, but there's that. I'm gonna put this one right in don't like it because, yeah. And the next item, and there's no values on the card anymore. They stopped doing it. The next is Armaspec anti-walk pins. Now, if you're not into AR building, you probably don't know what these are. These have to do with your trigger assembly in the AR-15. Again, it's an AR platform building tool to have and components for it. There are some triggers where these would be helpful. There are some that are so finely machined and done, they're absolutely unnecessary. But It's something we haven't seen in a while, which is nice, different, you know. So these pins are designed to keep your hammer trigger pins from coming out. No, I get it, but like I have never seen or had that happen on any AR I've ever fired or seen anybody else fired. So, you know, normally, so the pins that go in the trigger and the hammer assembly, they're just basically, they've got notches in them. They've got little notches, and they're held in pretty much with spring pressure. And they slide in the side of the receiver, and the hammer and the trigger, they each have springs that kind of hold each other in place. Like I said, I have never seen these pins just come out on their own, but so the anti-walk pins, as you can see, they have screws on the end. So you insert these pins, instead of worrying about the notches getting in the right place and everything, you just screw them in so they can't move. I don't know, some people feel like it makes them more secure, I guess. Whatever, it is what it is. Thompson Vitals Target Pack. So this, I could see some actual training value for. You know, like, so you've got to train. I think everybody that owns a firearm should be training. It should never just be wall furniture or something that's like fancy to show off to your friends. If you're going to have it, you should be as proficient with it as possible. And that means training, 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 training. That's the way the military does it. That's the way anybody who owns a firearm should be doing it. So this shows you your vital zones. So basically what they're representing is brain, heart, and, you know, some lungs. Stay up here, card. And kidneys. And so, well, pelvic bone, but okay, pelvic bone. Yeah, I guess you take out pelvic bones, you totally take somebody out. Sure. But anyway, instead of just having silhouettes with concentric circles and bullseyes, this is a stop the bad guy kind of target, which I respect. I like it. I like this a lot. Pelvic immobilization zone, sorry. Yeah, I guess you're right, because the kidneys would be a little higher up. Sure, okay. But man, you take out somebody's pelvis, yeah, they're not getting up. They're gonna fall down. I'd love to know how much, you know, this is worth or what it costs, and, you know, does it say how many you get? It doesn't say exactly how much you get. Cool. I can get behind this for training. That's cool stuff. Next, we've got the Zippo Surefire multi-tool. I actually had one of these once, and I always meant to review it, but I didn't. And it's still sitting around in my fire starting kit. And I have got my hands on one of these once from a friend, though, and this is actually, like I said, Zippo makes excellent fire starting stuff. You know, they make good lighters, and they make good field gear. Most of it, anyway. So this thing is pretty good. So you get sort of a little bit of a multi-tool, little Swiss Army knife style multi-tool. So you've got this blade, could use some sharpening, but you've got a small blade, you've got a bottle opener, you've got a screwdriver, and you've got a little bit of a saw. That's all tucked in there. They don't lock. They're, so, you know, you don't get that. But what you do get here is you get a tinder grater shredder thing, okay, so that you can take sticks or whatever out in the wild and kind of shave them down, cheese grater style, to make some tinder. And then you've got a sparker so that you can actually throw some sparks and then light the stuff, whether you have actual dedicated fire starting material or you're just out there with the tinder that you're making from little twigs or whatever. So it's a pretty reliable fire starting device. It's not very heavy. It's pretty much all aluminum except for your tools here. Not bad. Not bad at all. And does it come with, I thought it came with some, yeah, fire paracord. So you've got fire starting material. You know, one of the filaments in here is the fire starting stuff that you can fluff up, and we've seen it on the channel before. So this is actually pretty good to have. Yeah, and you can get replacement flints. They're the same flints that go in the Zippo lighters for the sparking right there. And I'm not going to take this one out, but you can replace the flints. So it works pretty well. So this definitely is, and I like it. Now, quick cord. Where have I seen this before? I have seen this somewhere before, and I believe it probably came in Battle Box. And this is trying to be just like Atwood's little device. The turd. Trying to be like the turd. And it is a 550 cord dispenser, which I have said, I know other people find them very, very useful. I think that there are just, I don't think you need a 550 cord dispenser. I mean, I think it's a nice to have. It's not a need to have. And this has a holder for a chem light on it, which is why it comes with the chem light, so you can put it on there, as you see right there. But I'm going to leave this. I did a whole thing on this in whatever box it came in. I don't know. So you've got this that goes in the end, and you've got this that goes on the top, and, you know, it comes with, like, I think 50 feet or 25 feet. What does it come with? I don't know. Does it say? I don't know. Some little amount of 550 cord. And it basically, you can keep it tangle free because it comes out, and then you've got like a little cord cutter there. And, you know, some of them come with melting devices on them, which is cool. This one does not. But, oh, there goes a little piece I'm going to have to retrieve later. I don't know. Like I said, I think that there's better ways to spend your money than on these little devices. I have never been so super frustrated with a hank of paracord that I was like one of those, in the info commercials where the people are so incompetent, like they can't do the simplest tasks and they have to spend $59.95 on whatever they're selling. Like, I've never had that experience with 550 cord. Sometimes it gets a little tangled. It's usually not that complicated to untangle it, and I'd rather have this in my pack and my gear than all the space that this thing takes up. I'm just saying. Whatever. It is what it is, though. And you know what? I'm happy that they are branching out and doing different stuff rather than all the same gun-related things. They're trying new things. So I give them credit for trying new things. So that's cool. This just is not my personal favorite thing. But I'll put it in math, because I know some other people will find good uses for it, right? Now, the primary weapons shim set. Here it is. So these are really just if you, again, back for your rifle building. So these are used to give the proper spacing when you put on different flash hiders, muzzle brakes, compensators, and stuff. And if you're not building, these are of no use to you. But you put it on the barrel, and then you put your if you know what they're for, you know what they're for. And if you don't know what they're for, you don't need them. When you're putting, in order to get the device to line up properly, sometimes you don't have the exact right amount of threading or something, and these will take up that space for you and help you get that just right. But I don't know. Yeah, this can just float there, whatever. And then, of course, they have the hot dog sticker on there. And now here's the plus item, the CRKT Karambit. And if you're familiar with the Battle of Point du Hoc, good. There's a very famous battle in Ranger history, U.S. Army Ranger history. If you're not familiar with it, you should look it up. Because, oh, look at that right there. It says, Austin McGillen discovered his late uncle won the Silver Star, Point du Hoc. Rangers, of course, World War II, they do cool stuff. So, wow. This is kind of a big box for this. So, the Forged by War series. I love the Forged by War series because, veterans designing different tools for CRKT. And this is a hefty motherfucker. Damn. Look at that thing. I don't know if I would have gone with a powder coat on this if I was them, but they did, because I'm not them. But this is definitely for fighting and slicing things like people. That's heavy. That is heavy. Wow. That is heavy. But you know what? I will say this again, if you're Doug Marcaida, this is the deadliest thing in the world. If you are not Doug Marcaida or have not studied, that particular Kali style, or you're not trained with it, it is a ridiculous looking big curved blade. And before someone even starts, I get it. The Karambit once upon a time was an agricultural tool, utility, this and that. The modern Karambit blade has little to nothing to do with the actual Far East Karambit that they used once upon a time, 1,000 years ago. That was a utility agricultural tool. We're not talking about the same knife. The one that we have today, this is a fighting tool. It is designed for fighting and combat and for killing with the maximum level of efficiency. And I have no problem with that. None whatsoever. I respect that completely. But people that walk around with this like it is their EDC utility knife without being properly trained to use it appropriately, those are ridiculous people in my personal opinion. I have great respect for those who actually put in the time to learn the martial arts and the fighting techniques that make this the incredibly deadly weapon it is. I'm not one of them. I never had the discipline in me to like really study martial arts. So if it's not within combatives, fighting styles, and hand-to-hand stuff the military teaches you, I don't know it. I just don't know it. It's clunky. I mean, you could beat somebody to death just with the weight of it. I don't see any cutting money on the table right here. So I have a little 550 cord though. That was pretty good. Let's do it again. Nice. So, you know, again, interesting, different from, and then, by the way, there's a tech lock you can put on there. Different kind of stuff than we usually see from TacPack, and I'm here for the different stuff. I like the different stuff. I might not necessarily think it's the best different stuff. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say Karambit is not my style. I mean, if I'd love to see a good utility EDC size fixed blade or a folder, but it's not my box. I just love seeing not another AR charging handle, not another magazine release, not another magazine, you know, not, excuse me, another cleaning kit, some different stuff. Awesome. They're listening to opinions out there. And that to me is a sign of a company that wants to succeed. They're willing to switch it up and they're willing to try some new things to say, okay, this is the feedback that people are saying. Not me. I'm not saying they're listening to me. Okay, there's lots of people that have been saying this about TacPack, that we want some different stuff. And they're listening to their customers, and that's the important part. So that's awesome. That's good on them. Good on TacPack. They're trying. And, you know, I can't wait to see now what the next month brings as they try other stuff. So there we go. My personal favorite in this box still is the hot dog sticker. I just think that's a cool sticker. I'd love to put a little face on him and put it out there somewhere. Anyway, hot dog sticker. So some good items, some okay items, some stuff I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole myself, but others might, and that's okay, because this is not about what I personally like. This is about what's in the box and what other people, what everybody's opinion is, you know, not just what I think. I do like that it's really light. What do you guys think? That's what I want to know. How is the audio on this? Is it better than it's been lately? You guys like it? Don't like it? What do you think? So another big shout out to Kevin, who I will be meeting up with this weekend to chit chat and stuff and hand over stuff and talk about stuff and things like that. But thanks, Kevin, for letting us take a look at all this. I hope that you're excited about the change in some different items. Okay. And big shout out to my Patreon guys, to my Patreon team. I have some new members on the Patreon team I'm really excited about. And it's the Patreon team and their contributions and funding that are letting me experiment with some new audio options, microphones and such. So awesome. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And for everybody else out there, remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.